when I met Jono, I know he was trouble when I first saw him.
Hey there, Zesties and Zestmates. I hope you're doing well. You remember Jeddy from the last episode? I know you do. So, in today's episode, we continue to listen to Jeddy's journey as she shares to us beyond swiping right. She also gives us some pieces of advice, including fuckboy detection. Listen on. So, you've met him, you were fascinated by how handsome he looked and at that time, but how did the relationship progress as it is now?
It just happened. It literally just happened. A lot of things happened in his life while we were meeting, and it was more of me, like it was him telling me, it was more of me pushing him away
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
whatever we
you
had.
tend to do
Because
that, I know.
my yeah, because on my end, I've had other things to think.
Yeah.
You know those things,
Yes.
Mac. I have a kid. I have a child, and I'm not sure. It's very personal, but I have a child, and I know, and I've just been out in a 7 to 8 year relationship, and being like going through the same process again, it's quite scary. So I never. That's why after that long relationship, I never let myself to be in another relationship. I I kept my options open, and I try to protect myself as much as I can. And when I met Jono, I know he was trouble when I first saw him, but he was very patient with me, and he he never stopped. He Whenever I pushed him away, the more he the more he
Came running back.
didn't stop. Yes, the more he chased me up, the more, and I think because he understood where I came from.
Now that you're in a relationship, how did you manage the pressure of being introduced to his family and friends, knowing that you aren't the first woman that he has introduced to them and he had a serious relationship before you?
When he invited me to meet his parents, I I overthought everything. I Because I didn't know how to handle that pressure, because I didn't know what we were when that happened. I didn't know that we were Yes, I didn't know that we were in a relationship, or can we call ourselves boyfriends and girlfriends. So when he invited me in to meet his parents, we had a big fight, because I didn't know how to act or what to say. You get what I mean?
Mm-mm.
And that's one thing about dating someone in a different culture, because it's the transition's different. Glee, like if you're dating, like in our culture, men made their intentions clear. So we have a long process of asking the parents or the friends that, hey, I want to date your friend. Can you help me? And we have courtship process. Whereas in my situation, it just happened. I didn't know. Like we met on Tinder, and we never talked about relationships. We never talked about future and stuff. And when he invited me in to meet meet his parents, I get scared that I had a big fight with him. And there was also the pressure where I know he's introduced a few women to his family before. So I I was overthinking that, oh, they'd be comparing me to them. So there was that pressure as well. And second is there is that little insecurity and a little like competition that, oh, I should be better. I look better. I should be smart. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm. I think women in general are quite competitive
Exactly.
with each other anyway, so it's
Yes.
like
So
innate in us.
that's what I was thinking all the time. But at the end I resorted to just being myself.
Let's say the main lesson is just being yourself and being authentic.
Yes.
With your process of being yourself, was it a long process for you to think it over? Because is it just a light bulb moment? How did you kind of like overcome that pressure and went to the conclusion that, okay, just being myself is the way to go?
Well, we've been friends for years, Clea, and you know how authenticity matters to me. And I guess I felt somewhat the night before meeting his family or and his friends, even before I I had this high, like I had this anxiety attack in uh my head. I was very anxious and I was very scared that what if they might not like me? What if they're comparing me to the other girls? What if, like, I have so many what ifs until I got tired and I just thought of myself. I'd be like, well, fuck it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like
Like,
you know, fuck it attitude. I was like, fuck it. I'll just be myself. I'm not a rude person. I know that. Like I started a list of myself, the good things about myself. Like I put a list where I said I'm not rude. I genuinely care about Jono, and I genuinely care about them as well. And I am a professional woman.
mm,
I am I'm not I'm not ugly. I'm not dumb. You know,
yeah.
these lists, like I just put all these lists just to make me feel better. And then just and then I just took the leap and met them. And it turned out
Mm,
it was the best thing that ever happened because his
mm.
family and friends are the best people that I've ever met in my life.
Second to me, right?
Oh, you're
Second to
always the
me.
best, Lee.
You mentioned about you've met amazing guys. Some of them are still your friends, but were there times that you met some other guys that are not amazing, like they are like fuck boys, I'd say. Were there a time, and how can our listeners avoid meeting those just so that their time wouldn't be wasted?
You would actually, it's easy to detect fuckboys on Tinder because they are normally very confident. Like they're very confident, and then you can always like on their profile they normally just put there, I'm not looking for a relationship, just looking for someone to have fun with. So they like most of these guys,
Mm,
they put it all out on their profile. But there are others who are playing it safe as well, but they're actually
mm.
fuckboys in real life. Uh,
Ah. Yeah, yeah, I get what you
I
mean.
guess when you think of using dating apps, the very first thing that you actually have to think is don't you don't expect to find a relationship. Like you don't look for a relationship on there. Like you install the app just uh, just with a mindset where you are meeting people
Mm, yeah.
and just meeting people. Get put that in your mindset. Or if you want something else, then put that in your mindset,
Yeah.
but never ever put in your mind that you will find a relationship or you will find the one in there.
Your experience is like maybe 2 out of 10, like it's not it's just the outlier or the exception to the rule.
Yes, exceptions. Yes, and also when you put yourself out there, you have to think that you're not the only, like you are given this list of men to swipe right and swipe left. It's the same to them. So they're also given a lot of options as well. So when you put yourself out there, take that mentality out in your from your head that you'd find the one in there. Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Is all I could say. It's just have fun with it. If you meet someone, you're lucky. And if you meet a fuck boy, well, enjoy it. Did you get what I mean?
Yeah. That's a very good tip.
Yes, I think that was my mentality every time. Like I think I've used Tinder three three to four times, and all those times
Mm.
really I've met really good people, but I never I always put my cards on the table. Like you put your cards on the table that
Mm.
hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. I don't want this. I don't want you to do this, and do this. And pretty much just be honest. And they'd be very honest to you as well.
So honesty is the best policy, right?
Always, always. It's cliche, but it is. It can be hurtful as well, especially you start uh you start feeling something to that person
Mm.
in the long run. So the joke's on you at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it's like you're gambling. Let's say if you're there to find love, then it's like you're gambling your heart. So yeah, but it is actually that place is not for love.
It's very it's a very tricky it's a tricky business. It is. That's why the trick is it is not. But if you play it right and if you have the right mindset to it, and if you
Mm,
have you need to have a strong belief in yourself. Like you need to be very confident if you want to put
mm,
yourself out there,
yeah,
because like you have to just think that you're not the only girl that this person is
yeah,
talking to, because you are also talking
mm,
to a lot of people as well. So what you're doing is probably what they're doing. So you have to put that in your head as well. You have these choices. They have these choices as well. So you always don't be selfish. Like don't keep an open mind.
yeah. It's like you're not the only
Yes.
girl in the
Yes.
world, like that mindset.
Exactly. So what makes you
Yeah.
what makes you different is when you start talking to them and when you actually meet them. That's why I always say always try to meet that person as fast, like not as
Mm.
fast, like if once you like the way they talk, like they converse with you, don't be scared to invite them out for coffee or drink or dinner or lunch.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jeddy, for sharing to us your story, your heart, and your words of wisdom for our listeners on who would like to try dating apps.
Yes. Thank you for having me, Lee.